when you guys were doing Black Panther, did you get it that it was going to be what it was?
I think one of my superpower, June, is that I am oblivious a lot of the time.
Yeah.
So I kind of do things and I go, I understand what it is. I understand that. Yeah, I mean, logically I understand that, but here I'm like, it needs to happen for me to get it.
So let's talk about W'Kabi and Black Panther. Talk me through that process. And actually, that accent must have been easier for you, no? Because that's kind of channeling your family, isn't it?
Yeah, it was, but it was a massive learning curve because I remember I did that. Like, yeah, it was like working with Ryan and that incredible cast. But a lot of time, I really wanted to understand what the big budget films were. Like what that was, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I learned a lot about my process through that experience. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of like going, oh, like you have to own it. You have to go, this is what I'm doing, this is what I need. You can't just, I think in England now you're kind of they do cater to you. They do cater to like what you need. They'll give you space in order to you to create and that. But in America, you have to kind of fork out that space for yourself, and you go, "This is what's happening. This is what I'm doing."
Yeah.
And it taught me that. It taught me that process. Taught me that. And there's a lot of stunt work, a lot of that. But I made friends for life on that one. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, and it was so important for me because I was in this weird point where I didn't really know like Black people in the industry in America. Like all the people that I knew that were in LA them times or in America them times were British and they were white. And it's like, well, my experience is different. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I was just like, there's certain conversations, there's certain things like, and then to have someone like, when Get Out's coming out, I'm on set of Black Panther and Lupita's pulling me aside and said, you don't realize how famous you are. And I'm like, no, I don't know what's happening. And Mike pulling you up, Mike, Chad, they're all pulling you to the side and dropping game and just saying, yo, this and that and deny that everyone is lifting you up. Do you know what I'm saying? And also working with Letitia, because we've done a,
I remember how much we love Letitia. I love her so much.
I met her, I got a picture. I actually saw it last night. I got a picture of me and her. She came to watch a play that I did when I was 21. And she was before she acted. And it was such an amazing picture. And then and we did a radio play together. Yeah. I think, I can't remember, we did another job together. I can't remember which one, maybe Random. I think we did Debbie Tucker Green Random. I think Tish was in it. I'm not sure. But yeah, so we just, and then to have that experience on Panther, and to that'd be amazing. But it was like, yeah, the accent was challenging, but it was challenging in the sense that like I didn't fork out the time. You know what I'm saying? It's like I didn't fork out the time, and it was like, oh, we had to do it. And also, you're not really given the pages. So it was a completely different process. You have to sign on this thing, to sign on this app, to sign that, to kind of read it, your script and read your line.
So all of the sort of secrecy around it.
Secrecy, so it gets in the way of like getting to the thing. So then you go on set and I had to just let go. You go on set and they have changed the lines. So I just would never learn the lines. I just have my accent down and be in the accent for the whole day. And then Ryan would feed me what I need to be fed, and then you just roll like that. But it was an incredible experience, like just in terms of life. Like that experience just, it changed my life. It changed my life, and it opened my world to what was possible.
Realize the magnitude of what you were in, because actually it's amazing, Daniel. Your career is quite incredible in the sense that, you know, you've been at the sort of apex of so many big moments in the last sort of decade or so, particularly around the Black experience and what that is becoming globally. Did you understand, like when you guys were doing Black Panther, did you get it that it was going to be what it was?
I think one of my superpower, June, is that I am oblivious a lot of the time. Yeah. So I kind of do things and I go, I understand what it is. I understand that. Yeah, I mean, logically I understand that. But here I'm like, it needs to happen for me to get it.
Yes.
But, oh, right. That's what this means. Oh, that's what it means. But I think I need to be in that space in order to just play the character.
Yeah.
Because you're telling a story. You're telling a story. In order to tell it clearly and truthfully, so you can contribute to that moment, you have to kind of not see it as a moment. You have to kind of go, oh, I'm just showing up every day, doing my job, doing my thing, and not seeing the gravity of what you're doing or what you're a part of. There was moments where you saw it on set, you're like, wow, I've got chills. Like, it was like, wow, this is absolutely insane. And I just knew that it's not going to be quiet. I just knew it wasn't going to be quiet. But I'm just on job. Do you know what I'm saying? And I just put my head down, and also all those moments, they're not really about you. It's about the world.
Now the funny thing is, with Get Out, you had no idea what it was going to become. It took the world by storm. With Black Panther, everybody knew it was going to be a big film, even though they didn't know it'd be as big as it was. It's Marvel, it's this phenomenal ensemble cast. There was a sort of criteria and a set of ingredients that meant something really significant was going on here. If we go now to Queen and Slim, that was one of those where you don't know, do you? That's one of those, it matters. This story needs to be told, but it could be 2 people or it could be 20 million people. Like you don't know how it's going to be received, because it was such a unique story, and the way it was shot, the way it was filmed. Yeah, talk me through that.
Yeah, I think what it is. I make choices on a lot of jobs. Is like, if this was a play, would I do it?
Yes.
I mean,
yeah.
And with a play, you're not really engaged with how many people are seeing it. If that's not part, either you're like upstairs at the Royal Court, or like, I don't know, like little stage on Young Vic, you ain't really engaged with that. You engage with like, this story fills me.
Yeah.
You know, I feel this, and I wanna inhabit this space, and I wanna tell this story. Like, so it was kind of like that. That's how I kind of engage with everything. Is like, I want to connect.
Yeah.
And then the gravity of the scale of the connection is to do with the time. It's nothing to do with you. It's like, if you've connected to one person, then it's a success.
Yeah.
I see it as like, if someone feels it, even if someone doesn't like it, it's better than being indifferent.
Yeah.
Do you understand? And going, you know what I mean? It's like, it's cool. You made a connection. You moved somebody. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of saw it like that. So with that, I did see it as a play. You know what I mean? It was Queen and Slim, and I was like, oh, this is such an intimate story. And I just always felt that, like, I felt like a lot of films that I had engaged with, that I'd watched, was just like, in a world. It's like this other world, and then now seeing the real world is now escapism in cinema. It's how I felt. And so I was kind of like, oh yeah, this feels real, but it's like something happens that gives it a little click.
Yeah.
And yeah, so and then also working with Melina and Lena, I just think they're incredible people, and Jodie. Like, so it was for me, it was like, I'm fans of these people. You know what I'm saying? So to be on a journey with them was amazing as well. So it was just like it was an amazing process.
And what was also brilliant about Slim was the control of him as a person, and the sort of, I don't know if understatement is the word, but there was all that just bubbling beneath the surface, isn't it? You just felt how much he was holding back. I think that was what I found so powerful in your performance, because it spoke to the feeling that so many people in society have, particularly those that come from discriminated groups, or those that have not been given the kind of opportunity they should be given in life. You just knew there was just so much more there that was just being held back. I just loved him.
Yeah, it was probably one of the most challenging characters I've ever played, because he didn't want anything more.
Yeah.
He didn't want like, he was happy with who he is. And this thing happened, and he was just like, I want my life back. I love my life. I loved everything about it. I just want a woman to share that with, but I love my life. I don't feel like I need to be more than who I am. And so then it kind of goes, whoa, it really look at myself and go, what does ambition even mean?
Yeah.
Is that like, what does that mean? Does that mean that you have worthy issues? Do you know what I'm saying? Is that like, do you know what I'm saying? Is that it really illuminated that to me. And it was a real challenge to find the conflict in it. I would agree with what you saw, June, in terms of like, it was the suppression of an emotion.
Yes, that's what I've been meaning to say. That's what it was.
The suppression of like having to be rational in the face of irrationality.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I mean? In face of injustice,
yeah,
having to be clear and having to be thinking, have to be together
yeah,
in the sense that like this is nothing to do with me. I had to protect myself, but I
yeah.
mean, you know, it was that was I found the inner conflict.
Mm,
But in terms of how he felt about himself, he was cool.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was content, and that I found that fascinating.
Mm. Well, thank you for that role. It was beautiful.